Hello, assalamu alaikum, good morning, khush amdeed. Ji ayanu khuyumorkha, pakhair ragale, washmale, junashime. Welcome to Well This Morning, which is a Hashmi, ladies and gentlemen, on a very refreshing, pleasant, and finally a sunny morning over here in the Twin Cities, especially in Islamabad. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad to be back because if you were watching my show yesterday, I was not here and I have a reason why I was not here. I'm going through my midterm exams for the last semester of my course over here. I really hope that, according to the effort that I put in, I really hope that I do pass because I cannot wait to end this degree. And if you have been watching my show, you do know that while I absolutely, I'm crazy about studying more and learning more, actually, not really, study is not the right word, learning more. But then if you have to be a student and then studying is your entire thing, I feel it gets so boring. Because, when I was a little kid, I was not really brilliant. I was okay-ish, ask my teachers or ask my parents. But here's the thing, it used to get boring for me because I'll tell you, in the morning, of course, I used to go to my school for so many hours. And when we came back, we had our homework to do. And for some reason, in the evening, in some point of my life, I was always going to, academies and stuff as well. Sometimes with my class fellows from the, from my school, sometimes with other friends of mine. But in all honesty, if I were to confess over here, I don't think we learned anything from the academies. Because of course, in the evening, we were getting together after a lot of homework and the classwork earlier as well. So we had no extra, stamina to study anymore. So we were just getting together, talking about things, sharing our experiences and stories and whatnot. I know this is the wrong attitude, so all of the students watching right now, please do not learn anything from what I'm saying. But the only point of me saying this is, I was wasting my parents' resources. I was wasting my time and my resources. But of course, being a student, I didn't realize that, this is such a waste of time and those resources that I've already mentioned. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we are the privileged ones still that we got to, learn so much. Unfortunately, there are millions of people, millions of children under the age of 16, even under the age of 9 for primary school, that do not have the resources to even go to school, attend classes, buy books, and then even learn. So I feel like, and one more fact, by the way, it was startling for me to know, Pakistan happens to be one of the countries with the lowest allocation of budget to education. This was in 2004, when only 2% of our GDP was allocated to education budget. It's just so sad to look at it. So in this situation, when we know, when the government knows, when lately everyone around us knows that Pakistan needs to be converted into a knowledge-based economy, a tech-based economy, so people from within Pakistan are actually getting up and, doing something about this problem. So I was wondering what can be done actually in the form of, education technology. There must be some people bringing this up and, improving their tech over here in Pakistan and providing facilities to at least thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. So I came across one of them. They have been on the show before, and luckily I got a hold of them again because this time they're coming up with another project of them. This is sort of a sub-project, comes under their own platform, their own company, which is called Knowledge Platform. And this time they are thinking to introduce virtual campuses of schools. How amazing is that? I mean, we have talked about distant learning, right? And we know that in some universities from across the globe, people can actually earn some degrees, earn some diplomas online as well. But to think about school and then colleges, your primary and secondary education, then a little higher education too. Are those facilities available for students in Pakistan to, at the expense of just their gadgets or laptops sitting at their home? Well, I think so, yes, Knowledge Platform is going to do that. So without further ado, let's dig deeper into the conversation with these amazing people over here. We have the founder of Knowledge Platform with us. And, he's into artificial intelligence. And I think this was his brainchild, launching the virtual campuses as well. We'll ask him. He's none other than Mr. Mehboob Mahmood. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my show, sir.
Walaikum assalam. Very nice to meet you.
Same here.
And
thank you so much.
good luck with your exams.
Oh, thank you. I need that so bad. Next to Mr. Mehboob, ladies and gentlemen, we have someone who happens to be the director of Knowledge Platform right now. She's none other than Hira Zainab. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my show.
Assalam. Good to be here.
My pleasure. All right, so I'm going to start the conversation with Mr. Mehboob. To begin with, what was the whole idea, what was the whole concept behind, launching a virtual campus?
The idea was that every child can study at home. They can use a tablet, they can use a phone, they can use a laptop, and they can study grade 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, math, science, English, national curriculum and provincial curriculum, and really ace the exam. We use artificial intelligence to make sure that we target the kids where they will get the best learning. And for each subject, we'll give lots of videos, games, and assessments so kids can have fun and also learn at the same time.
It's very interesting. I'll tell you why, because when we talk talk about the visual medium, it is always the most appealing one. And if you can, recall the times when we were all in classes, it was so boring just sticking to that one textbook that even our parents had to study and the curriculum wouldn't change, right? It was literally so boring. So we would wait for computer classes to happen so we could go and watch probably a movie or play games. But this is so interesting for kids. How is the response though? Are a lot of schools and students engaging?
Yeah, so far we have 200,000 students and we serve about 425
Wow.
schools in about 45 cities and towns in Pakistan.
That's brilliant. That's amazing. So basically, there's no specific district that you've targeted. It's all around Pakistan.
We put our system in schools where they want to teach, create a smart classroom, but we also make it available to any child, any school that wants to create a virtual campus, irrespective of where they are. Within a day, they can set up a virtual campus.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, so Hira, you have to explain to me, how does one school register, who is eligible, and who can do it?
Yeah. So just to cover that, we right now, when we started our journey, we started working with the schools.
Right.
That how can we really help them improve quality of education with the use of technology.
Okay.
But our initial journey worked on just helping them with the existing resources and existing buildings that they have.
Okay.
But as we started working with them, we realized that a lot of schools do not have the infrastructure to set up new campuses.
Right.
So that was the one problem that schools kept on sharing.
Okay.
With the increasing, regulations on the private schools, it also became more difficult for schools to, just set up new campus. And the, the third thing which caused the problem, which made us think about the solution, was this recent coronavirus situation and the recent delayed winter vacations. So winter vacations, continued for 1 month this time.
Yeah.
So these three reasons.
Lucky for the students, but not for the
Yeah.
schools.
So these three reasons made us realize that we need to come up with a solution which can allow any school to set up a virtual campus instantly.
Okay.
So a school, any school in Pakistan, if they are interested, all they need is to just contact us and we will set up their virtual campus within 1 to 3 days.
Oh, that's amazing.
Their students can access, the learning materials which are aligned with their curriculum,
Okay.
videos, activities and assessments from their homes. Teachers can continue to interact with students using online groups, and principals can continue to monitor the performance using their mobile phones.
That's amazing.
So all of this doesn't require any infrastructure cost,
Right.
and can continue usage during academic disruptions.
That's great. So to my understanding, when a school signs up with you guys and you
Yes.
do, sort of set up their portal, so all the students enrolled in that school can automatically access all the information and all the,
So we will
things that
share
you
the access code with them,
Okay.
which students can then use to, log in to the platform,
Right.
and then teachers can start seeing their performance, principals can start seeing their performance.
Okay, one more question. Again, I'm just trying to, explain it to you guys better and then sort of understand myself better as well. So Hira, when you provide such a platform, virtual classes, virtual campuses and everything, you're providing them with, a lecture, a text lecture of everything, a video lecture of everything. Is this going to, I'm not blaming you, I'm just asking, is this going to put teachers out of job?
Not at all.
Okay.
One of the biggest things that, there's a fear of technology, and
Right.
it has
Technology replacing us, actually.
Yes, but let me tell you something interesting. It's not new. It's something which started happening, back in 70s when the radios first came, and everyone thought, oh, we don't need to go to schools anymore. Then came TV, and oh, we don't need to go to universities anymore. Then came the concept of MOOCs and online learning. Oh, we don't need to go to
Right.
online learning anymore, universities anymore.
Universities, yes.
Where we see the role of teacher is in three things. We feel that firstly, a teacher is the source of information. Whatever students learn is from a teacher.
Absolutely.
And this is a role where technology is really helping, because earlier we used to go to libraries
Right.
to just write one essay. Earlier we used to look up dictionary if we had to find a difficult word, but now we just Google. So technology is helping us eliminate the barriers that existed to get knowledge and information. The second role which a teacher has is providing feedback.
Okay.
And that's where the student-teacher relationship comes in. If a student is struggling an online system or a technology may be able to tell that, oh, this student is struggling in these areas. But the feedback is where the teacher comes in. And the third thing, which is most important thing, is the life experience, life skills. A teacher is a role model for students.
Agreed.
Whatever students learn about life is from their teachers, from their social interactions which they have in the school. The dilemma is that our teachers are so much busy in being the source of information that they don't have time to give to students for feedback or for life skills.
True.
And what we want to do is so that teachers should spend more of their time in interacting with students, in giving them that life experience, rather than being the source of information.
That's amazing, actually, because yes, I do agree with that part where you're saying you do need an idol or life sort of mentor, because yes, of course you have a connection with your parents, but the connection that you make with your teachers is something absolutely different. But here's the thing, Mehboob Saab, how long is it available? Is it a 24/7 thingy or just XYZ hours I can go log on to it?
It's available 24/7. You can access it anywhere from any kind of device using internet data account.
Right.
And it's very easy to use. It tracks every student separately. It gives reports to the teachers as well as to the principals and the parents, so people can track how kids are doing, and they can focus in where they're weak.
Right, that's great. And where you said they can focus in, so you have this artificial intelligence going on the website, if I call it, yeah? So that can actually track whether a student is weak and where he needs to pay more attention to. How does that work, and how is that assisting you in the responses that you're getting?
So basically what we do is we look at the curriculum for every grade. We break it into about 100 to 200 specific skills.
Okay.
And then we give videos, games, assessments for each skill, and then we
interesting,
prompt kids to study where they'll get the biggest impact, and that's where the artificial intelligence comes in. It also helps the teacher identify what skills kids are weakest at, so then they can focus, as Hira said about providing feedback, they can focus on where the skills are weakest.
Right, and Mehboob Saab, I actually want to ask you, of course, when you start such a thing, this is one of the new things in Pakistan. Some people are doing it, very few though. I can count on fingers, But of course, I really hope this creates a ripple effect. It goes on for a lot of generations too. But why was this cause close to your heart as well? Because I'll tell you, like I was mentioning in the beginning of my show as well, how the type of student that I was. And now when I'm looking at my youngest sister as well, she is brilliant, mashallah, like in terms of ideas and everything. But when it comes to book learning, she's bored because, of course, like we mentioned, it's not really interesting. Sorry to say that. So being 24/7, even if let's say 3 a.m. in the night, she feels like, I feel like studying interesting maths. She can log on to it and learn, which is amazing. We didn't have those opportunities. So how come this is so close to your heart?
So we had been doing education technology for companies for around the world, but we had a technology base in Pakistan.
Right.
And then some years ago we said, let's try to do something where we can have a meaningful impact in Pakistan.
Right, so
because
important.
our cost, what we provide the service at is 100 rupees a child. So it's very affordable, much cheaper than going to a school or going to a tuition center.
Absolutely.
And in fact, it can bring down the cost of tuition. So in fact, the net cost to a family is less. So ultimately, we'd like every family to have an education tablet and for everyone to study online as well as in school.
Right.
So that there is an optimal learning impact going on. And this is what we hope to do, that we reach out to every single child in Pakistan, including the 25 million kids who are out of school. We haven't figured all that out yet, but that is our aspiration.
Inshallah, of course. But now you said that you are right now dealing with classes up to the matric or O levels.
Yes.
Can we see Knowledge Platform expanding beyond that?
Yes, we've already started doing science practicals for grades 11 and 12, so we'll go further into that. And we're all launching a very interesting program called Learn Smart Singapore, using Singapore teaching method for primary math and English, and that we will launch in May of this year.
Oh wow, that's very interesting. Hira, I actually want you to further the notion where Mehboob Saab over here mentioned the low-cost solution that you're providing. It's 100 rupee per child. How does that happen, and is it the same for all campuses, all children?
Our current, because we are allowing schools to set up their virtual campus, which means our relationship is with schools, and schools then, whoever students who they want to access the virtual campus, they will be required to pay for those students only.
Okay, okay.
So that's how it works. But the key, one of the biggest things that where we feel that we are bringing value is that when students are accessing the same learning platform, each student is given individualized, learning pathways.
Right.
To simplify it, if Mehboob is going to access factorization, he is going to be recommended content which is on the basis of his learning preference. He may be a kid who wants to, do more videos, whereas I may be the kid who just wants to do games.
Right, right.
So students are given content on the basis of their learning behaviors and on the basis of their skills analysis.
That's great. And Hira, you know what? A lot of students that I know even, sometimes there are certain topics when in the first try, people cannot decipher. Of course, it's the first time they're ever learning that. But they're, I don't know why, but they're shy to go up to the teachers after class and be like, Ma'am, I didn't understand this. Can you please help me with it again? One or two people may do that, but a lot of students refrain from doing that. For the, let's say people will judge you and they're just generally shy and whatnot. So this is again a great solution for that. Now you tell me what sorts of results, it's been a short time though, but have you guys, looked upon the results that you've been getting before and after?
Yeah. So our solution in the classroom, so it had up to 60% of improvement just after 1 year of usage.
That's great, actually.
Yeah,
That's such a short
and
time period.
not only that, we have seen tremendous amount of student engagement increase. We have seen teachers, improvement in teaching quality for teachers who are using it in the classrooms.
Yeah.
But more importantly, we have also seen improvement in things that we didn't expect, like students' confidence improved because when they were exposed to their own learning, pathways, then they started making the choices they had never made before, and they started feeling more confident in their own, interest.
That's actually very great as well. You want to add
One
something?
interesting thing about performance is that we say, give us a kid who's getting 80% in math, and we can give you a reasonable assurance we can take you to 90. But give us a kid who's getting 30% in math, and we can almost guarantee that we will take that kid to 60%.
That's great.
So we actually have great improvement at the kids who were previously struggling. And the reason is we can focus and create tailored programs for them to lift off where they want, because everyone learns in a different way.
Absolutely.
Some people are quick learners, some people are slow learners, but everyone has been given this capacity to learn.
Absolutely. And it's actually really great that you're sort of taking up the guarantee as well, that we tell you we're providing you with the type of facilities and type of data that will actually improve your learning too. Now here's the thing, can we expect Knowledge Platform to be, I don't know how to put it to words, can we expect it to be like an independent entity on its own? For example, the campuses that you're running right now are already schools. Can we expect Knowledge Platform to be the school and people to register with it?
That's a great question. I think over time, some people who are in remote areas and don't have access to a school can study online only, and that would be a very, very cheap method to get education out. So if you look at it, 100 rupees plus maybe a few hundred rupees for a tablet and bandwidth connection, and for about 300 rupees or so, a kid is ready to learn. Now, that's not the best way to learn, because we feel the combination of in-school, teacher, tutors, and online is a terrific combination.
Absolutely, yes.
But if that's all you have, it's cheap and it's something that you can scale out immediately across Pakistan.
Oh wow, that's great. Well, fingers crossed for that, because I really do hope this goes out for all the out-of-school children too. But one question, this is not regarding to your platform, but generally speaking, I feel like eventually, even in less than a decade probably, campuses are going out of fashion, especially university. Is it true? Do you feel that?
Well, you see, real estate costs are rising a lot. And so I don't think we're just going to have that single campuses where everyone comes and does all their studying in one place.
Okay.
What the campuses will have to do is figure out ways where they're doing more value add, maybe more throughput, more kids coming in, and some kind of online model. So that means some of the cost is lower. Some kids are studying at home, more kids are coming at for shorter durations, more value add in school. So I don't think campuses will disappear, but certainly they'll have to become a lot smarter in the kind of value they're providing to kids.
Right, exactly. Okay, one more thing actually. Hira, Mr. Mehboob, any one of you can explain. When you say a smart campus, and this is my personal question because I've been seeing, smart cities being built up infrastructure-wise and, smart campuses, I don't understand how that works. Can you please explain it to me? Any one of you?
you see, I understand that this term smart is being so much overused
Right.
and so much misused as well.
Yeah, people
because
can't really make
we're just
sense of
trying, just trying to link it that. So let's just say it on record right now. When we're saying that we're just not using smart for the sake of using smart, you can call it whatever you want to. But our purpose is really how to ensure efficient and effective methods of improving quality of education.
Wow, that's amazing.
So when we are working with the schools, we call it a digital learning center. You can set up a digital learning center. When we are allowing online schooling, then we say, just you can set up a virtual campus. It's, where we feel this word smart is just that, efficient, anything that can bring efficiency and effectiveness.
All right, that does make sense. Yeah.
I think one thing, the key about smart is that there should be data. Students should have data about their performance, parents should have data about their kids' performance, schools should have data on teacher performance and on school performance, and people should act on this data. So smart is actually the cost of setting up at the lowest cost. We set it up for about 2 lakh rupees or less in one school. But the key thing is not just the equipment, but an attitude towards information and data, that we can all get data, we should look at the data, we should act on the data.
Absolutely.
And this makes a school and a parent and a kid much more effective.
I do agree with that. And here's the thing, when you say, Marshall, I'm, listening to your future plans as well, and I really hope that works out, because this is what we have to do for, again, I mentioned the out-of-school children, but generally for the general population as well. Not just for the children, but even for the men and women who are in their 20s and 30s and who have now had access to gadgets and now have access to, let's say, 3G or 4G packages, but all they know to do with their phones is spread hate on the internet. So I feel like, with the revolution of the EdTech all across the country, I really hope that knowledge and education, information, the right kind of information does get to those people. Because when you do look at the, technology going on and, the advancements happening at such a fast pace, I really hope that proves beneficial for us as well. As a generation, as a society, as a nation, I feel like we should be at least that informed as to not hurt anyone, as to not hurt anyone at least with our misknowledge, misinformation on our words at least, right? Hira, you have something to add to it?
Yeah, and I would just like to add that specifically one of the things that we keep on saying is that often when we look at a situation, we look at the ground realities, we look at the challenges, and we look at the bottlenecks. Even with the coronavirus, there's such a huge wave of panic,
yes.
that you think that everything in the life is freezing and now we can't do anymore. And when we approach things with this sort of panic and helplessness, then that creates more chaos.
It does.
So we have to start finding more solutions which are aligned with the ground realities, but can also, give us better future and hopeful future in the.
Agreed, and I really hope so. Fingers crossed for that too. But Hira, back when you became a part of Knowledge Platform, it was, again, I'm going to keep saying this, it's not a very popular thing in Pakistan, right? Hardly 1 or 2%, I want to say. But was it risky for you? I don't know how this is going to flourish. Should I be a part of it or not?
No, okay, so that's interesting. So I am engineer by degree.
Okay.
And I had worked with, different telcos and all that. But even though that I had worked with telcos, I realized that if I wanted my life and work life to have some purpose. So I wanted to work at an organization which can create some social impact as well.
Oh, wow, that's amazing, actually.
And that's why when I joined Knowledge Platform, Knowledge Platform was only focusing on corporate, culture at that time. So, corporate companies at that time. So we were providing learning solutions for different companies. But then one of the things that made me join Knowledge Platform was the tagline, which was back then, what did you learn today? And right now it's what will you learn today?
Oh.
So I always called myself student of life.
Okay.
Learning is a process that you need to have throughout your life.
It never ends.
And that's the kind of people that we look to have in our team as well. People who want to continue learning and people who want to make a difference in their life.
Okay, that is actually the eligibility criteria they have at Knowledge Platform. If you're really passionate about it, you get in. But one last question again, maybe this can be a suggestion, but it's a question first. So for all the students who are registered or they have signed up on your platform as well for learning, in the near future, is there going to be a feature where, the students who are good with their studies, like, the tuition goes on in schools as well, right? Brighter students may help people in need who are slow learners. Is that going to happen? Okay, long silence.
That's amazing idea, actually.
We are already starting a feature where tutors can look at student performance.
Right.
So that's an excellent idea that
Yes.
that can be extended
Students
to
can help
students
each other.
helping each other as well. It's very easy for us to do.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
a great idea.
Thank you.
You have the
Yeah,
right
so I
I
mean,
want a
the-
20%
you have the right
share.
attitude.
No, I'm lying.
Come and join us one of
Oh,
these days.
that's so sweet. Thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, Hira, you were going to say?
No, I mean the reason why there was a silence because we look at it was like, oh, that's amazing. That's a
Thank
great
you so
idea.
much.
So
That means a
yeah.
lot because one student might be very good at quickly
Yeah.
picking up maths, and the other might be struggling with it.
This
And
is
then
something-
again, that judgment and that shyness that comes with the teacher, with students, it may not.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No,
All right.
this is something that we've done with the schools. That's because when we're working with the teachers, we help in coming up with communities and coming up with communities for teachers as well as for schools, so that better performing schools can help the weaker schools, and better performing teachers can guide other teachers. But it's something that we have not done with students yet, so we would love to do that.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for doing something for Pakistanis. Now, towards the end, Mr. Mehboob, just quickly, I want you to give out a message to all the Pakistanis out there in any part of the world to, well, do something and make a ripple effect like you're doing for education. This is your camera. Please go ahead.
I think that every person who has gotten an education in Pakistan, we benefited. So we have to give back in some way or the other. And you can do small constructive things. You can join larger organizations. You can team up. So everybody should give back, especially in the field of education. We have all benefited. It's time for you to transfer the benefit to the rest of the children in Pakistan and create a strong future for all children and all people in Pakistan.
Thank you so much, and good luck for all your future endeavors as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we were in conversation with some amazing adults from Pakistan who are trying to make a difference in the country and providing all the facilities to everyone in every nook and corner of the country at the same cost, friendly rate as well. But we're going out to a very short break right now, but when we come back, I will be in conversation with the kids of Pakistan who are actually doing something for the country too. Stay tuned to find out what they're doing. Good morning. Welcome back to Well This Morning, ladies and gentlemen, where today the entire show is solution-based because I have actually my team has found some amazing people who are working for the betterment of the country. While issues may exist in all countries all around the world, there must be people to fix those issues as well. Every other day, we cannot just, come together on the show and be like, oh, this is wrong with Pakistan, this is wrong with Pakistan. We must also come together and figure out, what solutions can be done for the things wrong in Pakistan. So, ladies and gentlemen, in this segment, I've been joined by three amazing, brilliant kids over here who are actually belonging to different parts of Pakistan but are learning, well, this is skill-based learning, non-conventional learning. I'm really excited to find out more about this. The platform is called Super Kids, if I'm not wrong as well. And let's begin the introduction. On my right-hand side, I've been joined by someone who is a part of the platform as well. I'll ask him all about it. He's none other than Hamad Safi. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Well This Morning.
Jazakallah khair.
Next to Hamad, we have a very cute little kid as well. He's also a part of the platform. I'll ask him what he is learning from that place as well. Muhammad Awais, hello, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
All right, next to Muhammad Awais, we have Muhammad Idris Afridi as well. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine.
Oh, so sweet. All right, Hamad. So I think I'm going to begin the conversation with you. Tell me all about Super Kids.
Super Kid program is basically an unconventional system.
Right.
It's basically a home-based education,
Okay.
which is all about skill-based education, all about practical learning, all about personality development,
That's
and all
great.
about observation, learning from observatory environment. So basically, we are total 9 kids here, and we are studying at home. We have an environment for ourselves in which we work on our skills, we work on our personality, we work on our character, and we work on our dreams and ideas and thoughts.
Oh, that's
and
great.
we are learning there from our environment. We have other kids also, so we look at each other, we look at the actions of each other, and we learn from each other.
That's
we have
great.
a practical environment there in which we work on different kinds of skill.
But do you
Our-
have mentors over there?
Exactly, we
Okay.
have mentors over there, and we also learn from each other.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Now, Awais, how long have you been a part of this?
6 months already.
All right, 6 months. So, whenever I sit with young students like you guys, the only issue that we have over here in Pakistan, actually, again, in so many countries as well, kids have the issue of learning 12 subjects per class and being like, I really don't enjoy doing all of these. I'm just really good at, let's say, chemistry. And I want to study chemistry for the rest of my life as well. So you guys are already going, your orientation is towards that. You are focusing upon the good, or let's say the strong parts of the kid and then developing them. Is that
Yeah,
so?
exactly. We are working on the strengths also, but we are working on the weaknesses also to find out the weaknesses, to work on them and converting into them strength. Now look at these both.
Yeah.
They both are here to just face the camera and finish the camera fear. This is also a weakness of theirs, but they are trying to change and convert that weakness into their strength.
But that's brilliant because you guys are so courageous. If you are camera shy, you're still here and you guys are doing an amazing job. So I'm going to come to you now. How long have you been here and what are you learning?
I am in Super Kid.
You're a super kid, yes? That's great.
And I spent there 5 months.
Uh-huh.
And I learned how to do presentation.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's nice.
How to do presentation, and I also like to study. I
What
like
is your
to
favorite subject?
math.
Really? Oh, that's very few of the kids in Pakistan who actually enjoy
Exactly.
math.
He
I
finished.
didn't enjoy math.
He finished the whole math book in 1 week.
Really?
Yes.
You're so smart, mashallah. That's so nice. Oh, Wes, what about you? What do you like studying?
I like every subject to study.
Yeah, that's nice. So when we talk about skill-based learning, when you came to this place,
Yes.
Super Kids, what did you tell them that this is what I like to do and this is what I like to learn? What did you tell them?
I tell them like I wanna do the like hidden capabilities. I want to work on this. Like what are my hidden capabilities? I want to work on that.
Yeah.
Like that's why I joined the Super Kid program, and we share all ideas with each other.
Okay.
Like as Ahmad bhai told you, like there are 9 students. We are, like it is the home-based studies,
Right,
but we
right.
are sharing our ideas and working on hidden capabilities.
All right.
on
So,
each other.
Avais, when you said you joined almost 6 months back, right?
Yes.
So you had in your mind that I have some hidden talents. I just want to
Yes.
polish them, bring them forward, and then choose what I want to, go on with
Yes.
in the life as well. Do you feel a difference in you after the 6 months, the Avais that you know before the 6 months?
Yes, because I was not timetabled.
Oh.
I make my own timetable. I
Wow.
was not only I like math. like it was easy for me, the math. But I thought like it is not only math subject. There are total 7 or 8 subject. We should learn that also. Like we should be ultimate learner. Like everyone is saying like everywhere is learning, learning. So we should be like that kind of kids. Like if we are taking ideas from the elders, we should take the ideas from the smaller also, because the smaller also give that kind of idea even the elder cannot thought.
That is absolutely true. They are very genius people, and it's good to see, Avais, that you feel the discipline in you. After a period of 6 months, you feel you are good to making timetables and everything. That's great. But coming back to you, you tell me what. Yes, I understand you are sort of imparting skill-based education as well. What skills specifically are you learning? What do you aspire to be in the future, and are you working on that already?
Well, I have different avenues on which I'm working already. I want to study different kinds of things. If you look nowadays, I'm studying the history also. I'm studying the doctrine of Dr. Allama Muhammad Iqbal also. I'm studying different kinds of civilizations and different kind of inspirational leaders, which in the reality changed the whole perception of the world, and in the reality changed the whole world. So I'm studying them also, and I'm studying about Pakistan also, the history of Pakistan also. There are different kinds of things I'm learning. And what I want to be, I basically want to be an inspiration, not only for Pakistan, but for the whole world. Like nowadays, if you look at the people, I go at the stage and I deliver lectures there of 1 hour or 2 hour sessions, and then I give the answers of the questions of the student. So when I go there on the stage, so the children and the students and the youth are sitting in front of me. So when they look at me, they think that yes, if he can do at the age of 10, and if he can start at the age of 8 with having what can I say, with having a dream to become inspirational leader, so why can't we? So this is basically an inspiration which are inspiring them to do something for their country. So what I want to become an inspiration. And as I had a lecture in Peshawar University when I was 10 years old.
Oh, that's
so
brilliant.
while delivering the lecture, I said that I want to be a reformer and a history and culture creator. So these are the things that on which I'm working nowadays.
And you know, you're very right in saying that, because age is just a number.
Exactly.
You can have brilliant ideas at any point in your life, but what you have to do is really, pick up on it and execute them like you were doing. I'm going to take you back to where you said you were delivering lectures in the university, and a lot of people were questioning you too. What sort of lectures though, and what was the response you've been getting from grown-ups especially?
I deliver lectures on different kinds of things, different kind of topic, life counseling also, motivation also,
nice.
About Dr. Allama Muhammad Iqbal also.
Philosophy
also,
you like.
Yes. And about Pakistan also, I talk about the history also. Basically, I focus on the Muslims' history, right? Because there are lots of characters which are unknown to our youth. So I'm working on that part also. So the response is very good whenever as I said that, whenever I go and deliver lecture there, so people get inspired there. So lots of children are there who are learning and who are, yes, they started working for Pakistan, they have started working for their country, and they have started learning and then teaching it to others.
That's great. So do you feel like, people are actually going to take you that seriously and follow you and be a part of Super Kids too? Because like I don't know if you guys were watching the first segment as well, we are, a lot of people are trying to provide education and technology-based solutions to the country too. But this is actually a different and a good idea too. So about expansion, do you think a lot of kids will join you and you will actually make a proper campus and expand in different cities too?
No, what we think is that we are training these 9 kids now. So what we think that we are making them an inspiration for all of them. So they will learn and they will implement that education in their lives, in their character, and after being an inspiration, they will go and inspire the more kids of Pakistan. And when they'll teach them, so they will teach them the responsibility that you have to teach it to others. So like this, we will expand in the whole world.
Oh, that's great. But isn't it unfair that you actually get to teach only 9 kids from Pakistan, but shouldn't you have more space for more kids? I do get that. They are going to share their knowledge with everyone else as well. But to have that space on the campus.
No, we have
Maybe
space.
There are children who want to be like you, right?
Exactly. We have space, but we are giving them individual attention, right? If you look at the conventional school system, 40 kids are sitting in one classroom.
One teacher.
So that one teacher with 40 kids, they cannot focus on them. And they are the total time is 40 minutes. So in 40 minutes, you cannot work on the weakness of a child and you cannot convert them into strength. So we are basically working on these 9 kids. After 6 months, when they'll go, so 9 kids more will come. Yes, we'll replace them. So like this, people will come from the whole world.
That's great because you know you sort of found out that different kids have different caliber as well. They will pick up things different as compared to their friends as well. Now, Awais, what do you aspire to be in the future, inshallah, and what are your plans?
My plans are to be an educated leader.
Inshallah.
Yeah, because our education is going on well, but I want to improve more also.
Wow.
So that's why I want to become an educated leader in my future, to inspire the kids like who are not going to the school.
Yeah.
And they are making excuses every day, like we don't want to go to school, teacher is not attentive. So that's why I want to inspire them. I want to become inspirational leader for them also. And
that's amazing.
so that's why I want to become educated leader and to inspire them for education, to go school and learn something, achieve something.
That's brilliant. And good luck for that. Inshallah, you will be one. I can see that. Idris, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a good man, and then I will give to my country education.
Oh, that's brilliant. Did you teach them that this is what you have to say on TV?
No, they are working on their dreams. We
That's
teach them that
brilliant.
you have to go for the things which you are interested in. Because when you go for the things which you are interested in, so basically you sacrifice the whole time, life,
Right.
everything there, because you passionately are working on that thing. So when someone is passionately working on something, so he really goes for, what can I say, he really goes for creativity and he really
Exactly.
goes for doing something new.
Right, that's great. So good luck for all your future endeavors as well. Hamad Safi, mashallah, you're doing great. Good luck for Super
Jazakallah.
Kids as well. Just very quickly though, because it's coming from such a brilliant young mind, I want you to just quickly give out a small message to all the kids out there in the world so that they understand the importance of education.
Exactly. What I want to say is that learning education is really important in our life, because when someone is not educated, he does not understand what are the do's and don'ts of life. So when you get educated, it basically helps you to understand the difference between right and wrong, what you have to do and what you have not, or what you do not have to do. So basically when we understand that what are the do's and what are the don'ts, so we have to follow the do's, because we have to work on our children and we have to work on our society. And the last thing I would like to say, that whenever you want to select a dream, after being educated, so select it and work for your nation. Do not work for personal cause. Jazakallah.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much for being here, you all super kids, and good luck for your future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, today we discussed a lot about education, different forms of education, and I want to see how all of these ideas flourish in the future as well, because this is all for the betterment of Pakistan, for the prosperity of our own country as well. And for all of those who are watching my show right now, I feel like individually we all have a responsibility too. So in terms of education, for all the people around you, for all the kids who are maybe working at your place, who are maybe working in your streets, around you, anywhere, try to teach them for a bit, engage them in any sort of book that they're interested in. At least try to impart the basic knowledge that you guys have been given, because this is how we can make actually a change in the society. Write to us on our Facebook page with the name of World This Morning, on Twitter World This Morning without a G, Daily Motion and YouTube World This Morning, or PTV World. The repeat you can catch at 5 past 11 p.m. tonight. Please pray for my exams. Take care for the next time. Good morning.